Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another remastered Lore of League of Legends video. We're going to be returning to Bandle City for this one to cover the rework of Heimerdinger, the Revered Inventor. Enjoy. Bandle City, the Yordle capital, is a great place to live, and that's not just from the standard of Yordles. The small, beautiful city can provide its citizens safety, resources, food, and education. The city also has a unique charm connected not only with its look, but also its people. Yordles need social interactions to survive. This is what makes them seem like a happy, solidary nation. Not everything is perfect in Bandle City though. Whilst Yordles do have a university, their science is still developing. No Yordle is at the forefront of its development more so than Heimerdinger. Professor Cecil B. Heimerdinger is a Yordle scientist who enjoys a challenge when it comes to science. His most recent invention, the Tritium Obulator, has presented the most recent challenge and has kept a log of its development. It would come to a day when the current meteorological conditions in Bandle City appeared optimal and the atmospheric pressure was ideal for his next experiment. His Tritium Obulator was going through some needed tweaks. It wasn't maintaining the proper energy efficiency he was hoping for, and for the 5th time running, he was going to need to run some more numbers before he could get it right. But on returning home from the day's tests, Heimerdinger passed a group of young Yordles throwing a spherical projectile at each other. A simple enough concept, but something about it intrigued him. The projectile was thrown with inconsistent accuracy and force. It was frequently dropped, and it occurred to him that there may be many ways for the process to be improved. He collected the data, and according to his calculations on the matter, if the ball was pitched consistently in both speed and arc, there would have been a 44.5% increase to the fun of the game. The next day he devised a solution. An automated ball pitcher, or the H-28G. It had been built to employ consistent speed and trajectory, ensuring that the recipient of the H-28G's pitch would always be able to catch the ball. He had high hopes for his invention, but it didn't seem to go as planned. He took his inventions to the young Yordles to demonstrate it to them. Sure, they were excited enough, but when the machine was turned on and firing, it was far too powerful even at the lowest setting. The force was enough to knock a Yordle off their feet. Heimerdinger had overestimated the velocity behind his invention's throw and needed to make adjustments. His priority, however, was the Tritium Obulator. It was still having complications and he needed somewhere to test it, but Bandle City was proving insufficient for field testing. Another day passed and Bandle City faced a new threat. A giant had entered the town and was rampaging through, injuring Yordles. All Heimerdinger could think of was that it was a highly annoying anomaly. H-28G was still out there, and it would have been more of an annoyance to the Revered Inventor if it needed to be rebuilt. Soon enough though, everything had gone quiet. It appeared as though the giant had left. The reason remained unknown, but it was unimportant to Heimerdinger. He'd almost perfected his Tritium Obulator and wasn't going to let anything stop him. Another eventful day appeared for the inventor. He'd barely risen from his sleep the next day when there was another knock at the door. Greeted by what appeared to be the entire city. Initially he thought it was due to some grievance with his work. It was, however, quite the opposite. They were celebrating him. One of the young Yordles had taken advantage of the H-28G's prototype that Heimerdinger had left behind, repurposing the invention into a makeshift turret of sorts. The velocity of the firing barrel had proved to be enough to deter and scare the giant from Bandle City. All Heimerdinger could do was admire the ingenious mind of the little Yordle. He was so inspired that he wanted to employ the Yordle in the near future for his plans. To have an assistant such as that would be invaluable to him. However, he would have to leave Bandle City for this opportunity, as the scope of Heimerdinger's plans needed a more expansive testing ground, and Runeterra itself should suffice. And that's all I've got for you this time around. Let me know what you thought of the video by hitting that like button and leaving your feedback in the comment section below. Don't forget, this is a remastered lore, and you can watch the original lore of Heimerdinger if you haven't already seen it by clicking the link at the bottom right of this video to take you to that. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, I'll see you next time.